This is Red, White, and Bluegrass.
Welcome back. In a few short months, we may be changing our clocks back an hour, or maybe not. A bill is working its way through Congress that could keep Americans on daylight savings time forever. Now, this comes as lawmakers in Kentucky have floated a similar but opposite idea, keeping Kentucky on standard time forever.
In past years, I filed a bill to eliminate daylight saving time here in Kentucky. And one of the reasons for that is a lot of people are tired of the clock switching. There's a lot of negative health implications with that. If you look at heart attacks, they occur pretty significantly when we do that 1 hour forward, when we jump forward and lose that hour of sleep.
Now, like we heard there, those bills failed twice to gain traction. Now, let's start there. Why is this such a hard row to hoe in Kentucky on this issue?
I think it's probably because of the unknown. You know, you think, which do we want? Do we want standard time? Do we want daylight savings time? Do we want both? You know, which is better? And I don't know. Personally, I don't have the answer to that. You know, I know for me, I don't want the sun coming up at 9 o'clock in the morning during the winter. So I know I don't want that. At the same time, I don't want the sun necessarily going down at 9:30. And so, you know, it's a give and take. Which is better? I don't know.
Yeah. Would we see any traction for this on the Democratic side at all?
I think we can, because I don't really see it as a partisan issue. So not being a Democratic side, just being people who trying to represent our constituents. I think Rep. Lockett talked about it, Rep. Doan talked about it in the segment there, that people don't like switching back and forth. There are real health implications. Now, what I've seen is that pretty much every big American medical association has said that the standard time would be healthier for Americans. And as the father to a 9-year-old, if we could watch fireworks an hour earlier and go to bed an hour earlier on July 4th, then I would be for that as well.
Indeed, we did see the Kentucky congressional delegation split when it was voted on in the House. Congressman McGarvey and Massey both voting against it. You say that this is not a red-blue issue traditionally.
I don't think so, but I am in my first term, and I'm going to be totally honest with you that I don't get the most constituent emails about this issue. Now, we're talking about it because I hope people all across the Commonwealth are watching, that they will let me know how they feel, but there hasn't been a huge public demand as far as my voters to let me know that we need to take action on this. Yeah,
Representative Lockett, do you hear much about it?
I don't, but this is something I believe, if I'm correct, we tried as a nation back in the 1970s, which I know sounds like a long time ago, but we tried it and then went back to how we are now. So I think in the framework of how this is done, deciding which one we go with, you know, I think it would be good to stick with one or the other. Which one is better? I don't know, but you know, I think this is something that we should probably hear from our constituents on.
We've heard stakeholders, potentially like farmers, tourism. Do we have a sense of what keeping a later sunset might do for the economy here in Kentucky?
Well, I think we have to keep in mind why we have daylight savings time in the first place, and that's because of farmers. That's to give more daylight at the end of the day, to come home from work, to work the fields, work in your yard, and so forth. It's been very popular. Here recently, there's a push to take that away. I'm not exactly sure why the push is now, but it's historically been, that's the reason why we had it. And so, you know, we'll see if it gains any traction.
I was going to say, we also hear that from, you know, students, people doing the after-school activities. You know, you get a little bit more sunlight after school.
There's the after-school side, but also I hear about actually there's negative health outcomes for those who have to get up early in the morning and they're not getting the morning sunlight at a certain time. So we want to have the earlier sunrise versus the later sunset. And that's why, again, why it's not just an easy decision here, that there is probably pluses and minuses to both solutions.
We also see Kentucky being among a certain number of states where it's split between two time zones. Would this make it easier at all if the federal government passes a continuous daylight savings time bill?
I think it would make it simpler for us in terms of a legislature, because then we wouldn't have to decide which one we go with, you know. But there's so much here in terms of considerations. You know, I don't think it should be one state decides to do it, one decides not to do it. So if it's going to be done, I would prefer it done on a federal level.
And I do think the version of the bill that passed the House actually did allow for state opt-outs and things of that as well. So even if we do pass it nationally, we won't necessarily have a national solution to this issue.